or you are a guy called Peter Schieper and had far bigger plans for yourself and your whole family. The Schiepers earned their living with theft, robberies and the occasional murder. Not only Peter did this, but also his children, his grandchildren, his brothers, his sisters, aunts and uncles, and also his in-laws. They were basically like the Sopranos without the strippers and the drugs. Bad old Peter had the idea to hide his vast family inside the Leprosia in the Rhineland. So Peter bribed officials to get the necessary paperwork that testified that he himself and all of his family members had leprosy. And they moved into all kinds of leprosia and also in the very rich Hof Melaten. Because, of course, this criminal family had money, they had funds. And this went on for years, because where would the police never look for thieves, robbers and murderers? They would never look inside the leprosia, because you had learned that people with leprosy are to be avoided at all costs. This went on until the stupid grandkids of Peter Schieper were caught stealing apples. And instead of keeping their little mouths shut, they started bragging about their successful criminal family. And they gave the police all kinds of information. So one after the other, the Schiepers were dragged out of the leprosia and they were punished severely. And I think almost all of them, because the whole family was involved in one way or another in murders and robberies. So they were tortured with red-hot pokers, they were taken to the wheel, they got their head chopped off, and if they were not killed, they were kicked out of the city and became outcasts for real. And after all of this, the government took a good look of the still existing leprosia and they double-checked who really had leprosy. They found that almost nobody had leprosy anymore. In the Hof Melaten, there was one woman with mild symptoms. And with that, it was obvious leprosy was not a big issue anymore. And the Hof Melaten area was used for different things, until it finally became the beautiful Melaten cemetery that you can visit today free of charge. There's even one chapel left that comes from that time when it was the leprosium. And when you stroll through the beautiful alleys, underneath the trees that in some cases are hundreds of years old, you can think of Peter Schieper, a guy that saw opportunities even when society thought you were dead. And with this bombshell, I thank you so much for watching. See you next time.